the reality? What's the reality?
Hey you guys, it's your girl AD. Welcome to another episode of What's the Reality? Today I'm chatting with a very special couple from Love is Blind Season 8, Meg and Mason. Welcome to What's the Reality? How are y'all?
We're good. Happy to be here. It's nice to finally meet you.
I know, I'm so happy to see you guys. So it's been over a year since your season aired. How has life changed since then?
I feel like for me, life kind of just went right back to how it was before we filmed, which was kind of nice. Like it kind of just went back to normal. We're both working, like meeting the family. Like it just feels like how it was before, honestly.
For sure. I feel like life did just kind of go normal, like busy, but the only difference is there's a lot of people who know who we are and say what's up, and it's kind of crazy having people do that on the street sometimes.
And it's never going to end, just so you know. It doesn't matter where you go. Someone's going to be like, hey. And like I literally have like the ugliest days in like any store, and that's when I get the most photos and hellos, and so it never ends. So good luck.
Yep, it's like that. It really is like that too. I'll be at work, I'll have a mask on over my face, and someone will be like, have we met before? Do I know you? And I'm like, beats me. I don't know. I've never met you.
Right. Okay, so are you guys a little relieved that everyone's talking about the new season and not focused on yours anymore?
More than a little. Yeah, a lot of relieved. It's nice.
Yes is the answer.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see the pressure just off, and like everyone cares about what these other people are doing. Also, like a year ago, it's crazy. We feel for them when they like we see negative comments about something. It's like I'm sure they are over it at this point.
Yep.
It's so hard. Are you guys living together?
No.
Okay.
No,
not yet.
We've been talking about it though.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, but neither one of us have lived with a partner before.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a big step, I think, for both of us to act like that's gonna be like a massive deal for us to be like, okay, we're both gonna live with a partner. We're gonna like fully do it, commit to it. But right now, I mean, we're just like going over to each other's places, and that works for us right now too. Like the space is kind of nice sometimes, just to like, we're both independent, so it's nice to be able to like hang out, do sleepovers, and then just like both go. You know, like it's just nice.
Yeah. Are you guys still in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Okay, so you two are an unconventional Love is Blind success story. Okay, so just to recap for the audience, you both met on season 8 of Love is Blind and had a very strong connection in the pods. Due to a messy love triangle, you left the pods separately. But after the show, you two reconnected and are now a couple. So congratulations. I love to see that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I want to go back and have you guys walk us through your journey. Take us back to the pods and what initially drew you guys to each other in the pods.
Take it away, babe.
Meg was my first date in the pods. I remember walking in, and I had just moved to Minnesota, and I was so nervous to tell people, like, oh, you know, I'm brand new here. And I thought that was just going to be like, oh, you don't even live in Minnesota. Why are you even here? And I ended up telling Meg really quick in our first date, and I was just like, I have something to tell you. I just moved here, so I don't really know a coffee shop that you like or a restaurant. Like, I don't have any opinions. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I just moved into my sister's house, and just like shrugged it off like it was nothing. I was just like, Meg, you made me feel so comfortable. I was so self-conscious about that moment, and she just shrugged it off like it was nothing. And I knew right after that, I was like, she really looks at things through different eyes. It's like, she's just cares and really understanding. And yeah, after that date, it was just pedal to the floor.
Yeah, it was for me too. You were my second or third date, and I just remember us talking so much about creativity and our like creative endeavors. Like he's a cinematographer. I used to love doing photography, modeling, and so we really connected on that. He told me he was a skateboarder. We bonded over music. And so a lot of the times for us, we never had to look at the questions that they give you in the book.
Yeah.
Because we would just have so much fun talking about our hobbies, our interests, movies, music. Like there was so much we were connecting on. Every day we'd be like, okay, next time we're gonna go back to the book, look at the questions,
stay on task. Yeah,
we're gonna focus.
Yeah,
and we just never did. We never had to Whereas with other dates, you're like, okay, say something, say something.
Next question, next
Pick a
question. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was just such a natural flow for, I think, both of us.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
was fun being at the tail end of the dates and just being like, oh, we were supposed to talk
Yeah.
about this in the book. Oh, yeah, maybe next time. And it's like,
That's
yeah, we
funny.
never got around to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had a year to chat, so I'm sure you got to it at some point.
Sometimes we'll go back to the book and like ask a question. Like there was good questions in there. So every once in a while, like go
Really?
back and like text him a question from the book
That's
just to
so
like,
funny.
yeah. Yeah.
Those questions are so scary. You open your book, it's like day one, talk about sex. You're like, can I not?
Yeah.
Can I actually not?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Mason, you found yourself in a love triangle with Meg and Madison, which at the time made it difficult for you to fully commit to Meg. What was that like for you being a part of a love triangle, and do you remember what was going on in your head?
Yeah. I mean, I say all the time, I would tell my friends about the experience and, I can tell them everything, but they really won't understand what it was like to actually be in there. I'm the type of person who, when I'm in a relationship, it's just like I am all in on the person that I like. So for me to go into a situation where there were two girls who I had strong feelings for, just ah, it was so tough. And I'm such a pushover and a people pleaser that it's like eventually something terrible is gonna happen because I just like I'll bend over for both of them and it's like, okay, this is just yeah. So there was a lot going on in my head of like this feels wrong, but I still have these feelings,
Yeah.
and it was a crazy experience.
No, I bet. Meg, what was going on in your head? Like, how did you feel being involved in a love triangle?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know the extent of the love triangle until after Madison and Alex made it official. And so I didn't really have feelings about it in the moment because I wasn't really aware of it until like after. And then I was like, oh, that's when I found out everything. And then that's when I had to, face the music and come to terms with what I was going to do. But going in, I very much knew like if I'm number two or feel like number two, I cannot say yes to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so when I found that out, I was like, damn,
I
like now I have
know.
to end it. And I don't want
I
to, but I
know.
made like a promise to myself where I'm not going to be number two or a default. And
Yeah.
so it was really unfortunate finding out. But I think after the fact, we really got to talk about it once we left. And I kind of understood more of the context of what was being said and how things went down to where obviously I felt more comfortable of like, okay, I wasn't the number two, so I was comfortable at that point, kind of like seeing it through and seeing where the relationship could grow.
Yeah.
And it hurt when Meg broke it off with me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sucked, but at the same time, that was like the reason that I fell for in the pods. You should put yourself first. You should do the
Absolutely.
right thing, and I don't blame you at all for doing that. It was a very, very good decision on your part. So,
Yeah.
and it worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Y'all are too cute. Mason, what advice would you give to future Love is Blind cast members who find themselves in a similar situation, torn between two people?
When you're not in the pods, take notes, weigh your options, just like who is here for me, who's being sincere and authentic, and if there's red flags, address them. That is one of the things that I just kind of got caught up in. Just like, oh, nope, those aren't red flags. Just keep
Yeah.
on going. And it's just like, you really need to stay true to yourself and really get to the root of who you're actually dating and what
Yeah.
they're there for. So,
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine just being a guy in the pods with two hot women, or that you perceive to be hot, like wanting you, and you're like, oh no, my life is so hard. It's so
Complete.
tough. Oh no.
Exactly. They're the victim.
Right.
It's so tough. All these choices.
Oh my
What am I to do?
So, are there any misconceptions about the storyline or how it played out that you guys want to clear up at all?
I mean, I could speak for you for sure.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, honestly, not really. I feel like I've said a lot of what I have needed to say about that storyline and everything that happened. I think at this point, like we're so in our relationship, it's kind of like irrelevant what happened in the pods because we're in a good place now. So honestly, not that I can think of. Like Yeah. I mean, what you see is not 100% how it
Yeah.
happened. Things are taken out of context, of course. And so it's hard watching it back for that reason. But at this point, I think, yeah, we're just in a good place. So it's
Yeah.
like, people can think what they want to think. We know
Right.
what happened. We know the truth.
Right,
So,
right, right. So I do want all the details though. So walk us through what happened after the pods. Like, how did we get here?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we tried dating a couple times, and then every time that we would try dating, we ended up in the same spot with the same hiccup that was really hard to get past of just our personality differences. And then I think once the show aired, I saw a very different side to Mason where he was like my rock when it was airing because that was hard to watch back. Like it
Yeah.
was a difficult experience to go through and I didn't handle it as well as I actually thought I was going to. And so he was so there for me and I could rely on him. And it was just really honestly attractive and like sexy in that moment. I was like, I'm seeing a different side to you and I
Yeah.
really like it. And I feel so even more safe in this moment knowing I can rely on you in really hard times. And so I think that's what kind of like brought us together. And then we've been together ever since, and we've still had hard conversations. Like, we are not perfect. I think that's so hard is when you have a public relationship, you feel like you have to be perfect, and we're not. Like, we have hard, honest conversations, but I feel like that's what like makes us stronger in the end. So I just appreciate we can do that, honestly.
Yeah. I think after the show coming out has definitely just, there was a weight being lifted because you went through that experience. I could tell Meg everything that happened and how complicated it was and where my head was at. But at the end of the day, she just has to watch it and like actually see what happened. So I think a lot of, maybe not a lot, but some of the pressure was just like waiting for the show to come out.
Yeah.
And when that came out, it was kind of like, okay, well, there's nothing more to second guess.
Right.
It
Yeah.
is what it is. So
Yeah, that's very true.
Right. I love when love loves. That's like my favorite,
Yeah.
my favorite thing. Do you guys think if you had chosen each other in the pods and you had gone on the full Love is Blind journey that you would be here today?
we've talked about that. I feel like we would have been under the pressure cooker, you know, whenever you make it to the altar or you're on your way to the altar, there's a lot of production and long days and things, you know, you don't handle situations normally how, you know, real life would be. So it's tough to say what would have happened, but I do know that would have probably put more of a strain on our relationship and
Yeah.
just maybe we wouldn't have been where we are now, or I'm sure we would have been friends, but
Yeah. I agree. I'm pretty confident we probably would not have been in a relationship because of that strain. And it's so different breaking it off in the pods versus breaking it off at the altar in front of all your friends, all your family. You go through so much between the pods and the altar. Like, there's no saying what would have happened. I think we would have always been friends, but I don't know that we would have gotten to this point, honestly. It just would have been, I think, so much more traumatic
Yeah.
to like move on from.
Yeah, for sure. And now
Yeah.
you guys got to do things at your own pace, at your own speed,
Yeah.
and make it work for you guys, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly.
cannot complain. All the
Yeah.
trauma was worth it.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys say was the biggest lesson you each took away from Love is Blind?
Surround yourself with people who are lifting you up and supporting you for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I know in this realm of like TV and production, there's certain people who are in it for the wrong reasons. And I think it's really important to have friends around you who are authentic and genuine and, you know, do your best to snuff them out and keep the good ones close.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And I think knowing how important it is to know yourself and really appreciating the people who know you and support you, and then just being able to focus on that instead of all the other noise that's out there on the internet. Because it can get hard, you
Yeah.
know, being like, you want to fight every person.
Right.
And be like, you don't know me. That's not what I said. That's not what actually.
Right.
You get so heated about it, and you just have to like to let things roll off your back and know who you are and stand in that. It can be a tough lesson to learn, but I think this accelerates that process.
Yeah.
So,
Are there any castmates that you guys are still close with?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. We got a good solid guy core. There's a lot of
Okay.
friends. There's Joey, Tom, Scott, Dave, Daniel, Alex. There's,
Okay.
I feel like Minnesota was
Yeah.
a unicorn season because we're all pretty damn close friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so too. I think we all have obviously gotten busy and like in our own lives, so we don't see everyone all the time. But
For sure.
I have so much love and respect for so many people on our season, honestly.
Who are you close with still, Meg?
Honestly, I feel like the people who I see the most right now are Molly and Sarah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Love those
Yeah.
girls. Like they are both such like when you're around someone and they just like lift your spirits, fill your cup. They're just good energy to
Yeah.
be around. So hanging out with them is just always such a good time.
Fun. Okay, so another couple from your season, they're currently dating, even though they didn't pick each other in the pods, which is Sara and Joey. What are your thoughts on their relationship?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And we got a double date planned with them coming up soon. And honestly, going out with them is awesome. I totally see the chemistry. What a lot of people don't know is, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
Sara was Joey's number 2 and Joey was Sarah's number 2
Yeah.
in the pod. So it was pretty close. So it makes sense that they're together. And yeah, they're honestly adorable whenever I'm with them. It's like they're pretty meant to be. So
Yeah.
I approve.
I think the thing that's hardest for me to see is like I said, like I want to fight everyone in the comments. I truly do. But even more so for people, even this season, I'm like seeing comments in people's and I almost responded
I
and was like, how dare
know.
you talk to that person that
Yeah.
way? You don't know them. That is so rude. And so I think with Sara and Joey, like the way it came about, I think is like scandalous and people are, judging them off of it. But the thing is, they are both really good people. And the thing I know about them is they would never intentionally hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And I think it hurt them so much that people were hurt in the process. And so it hurts me to see so many people come after them in the comments because I'm like, you don't know that they are actually really good people. So that's
Oh,
hard for me to see that.
Meg, you're so sweet. You need
I'm
to
getting
stay
ramped
out the
up.
comments. You need to stay out the comments. I feel like there's only so much that you'll be able to like not respond to, and then you're just gonna go crazy one day. Just
I
stay out the
know. I want to
comments.
fight all the bullies,
I
man.
know, I know. I personally know how challenging it can be. So I'm curious, how do you guys keep your relationship grounded after it being such a public experiment?
I think it's actually probably easier for us because we weren't a highlight of our season. We were we were just in the pods. And so I don't think we've gotten as much like attention and so it's nice because we got to experience it and it was a really positive experience overall for us. But I just feel like, yeah, we did really slide back into normal life. So there's a lot of times I forget that's even how we met because
Aw.
it was over a year ago and we're really just like a normal relationship. So I personally don't feel like it's hard to stay grounded through it.
No, I don't either. And to piggyback, that's exactly my answer. It's just we kind of had a cheat code where we didn't make it to the altar, so there wasn't really any pressure. We had our own time to figure out our relationship and how everything was going. So it's honestly a blessing that we had that time to actually figure things out and make sure our relationship was real and strong. And that's why we are where we are today. So.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's also like kind of how I feel about like Perfect Match because all that pressure, that Love is Blind pressure, doesn't exist in Perfect Match. So we had time to like do things our way and kind of hide a little bit from the people. I mean, then the show came out and everything got ruined, but now,
Yeah.
but we had our time. And so I think it's a beautiful thing where you can take yourself out of that experiment and just do things your way. And I
Yeah.
think that's probably one of the best things to come out of these shows when you have your own space and your own time.
Yeah. No, I agree, definitely. That year gap between
Mhm.
filming it and watching it back, I think is like crucial to build that foundation. And
I
I think that
agree.
we did.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing about each other that the fans did not get to see?
I mean, my overall favorite thing that I think everyone sees in Mason is just his kindness and patience. Like I just feel so safe because he is so understanding, patient, and kind. And I think with other men I've dated, if I bring something up that I want to work on in the relationship, it's met with immediate defense. And it's like, hey, like, I'm not coming at you. It's just something that, like, I feel like I need, and you can tell me what you need. And I want to have open conversations. And like anything I bring to Mason ever is met with just like an open heart and open mind, and just like, yeah, I'll work on that, and or it'll never happen again. And it
Yeah.
doesn't. And so I think like I've never seen that in a man before, which I really appreciate.
Thanks,
Just
babe.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
My favorite thing about Meg is, I don't know if this sounds selfish, but you have helped me become the best version of myself because that's what you truly want in order to be happy.
Mhm.
I've never met anyone who does, it's just like, you put yourself first, you figure out what makes you happy, how you normally do things, work on it, and we'll work together and we'll grow together. She's just been an incredible person to talk through feelings and emotions and tell me what works for her, and just always there to listen and grow together. And I guess I don't know how to put that into a word specifically, but she's always very, very caring and has helped me grow in so many ways.
That's beautiful.
Appreciate that.
So what's next for you two as a couple?
What's
Sorry, you're breaking up.
I think just moving, we just actually had this conversation of just like having more conversations about goals for the future. And like we said, moving in, like kids, you know, like marriage, all those things, I think, just starting to really like have those conversations. And what do we, with goals, it's like, okay, what do we need to feel comfortable to get there? And just like really diving into that, because I'm turning 32 in a few days. And I'm like, I want to start having kids. Like, I want to start like really yes. I'm so jealous. I'm like, I
It's
want that
coming,
baby
girl. It's
bump.
coming. It'll come. Trust me, it'll come.
Yeah, I just really, as I've gotten older, I really want to focus on family. Like, I hang
Aw.
out with my nieces and nephews all the time. I value being around family so much. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to start that unit, you know,
Yeah.
that family unit for myself. And so we're just starting to like really have those conversations of like, when do you want that? What do we want financially before that? And
Yeah.
just, yeah, talking more and more about that.
Yeah, we have little goals and check marks of what we want to do, and lately it's been very exciting talking about everything. We're getting, excited to get there, but we'll take it one step at a time
Yeah.
whenever we're ready. So
Yeah.
One day at a time. That's beautiful. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sprinkling some baby dust just because all the
Yay!
baby dust
I'm
for you.
receiving. I'm
Yeah.
receiving.
Okay, y'all. So let's talk Love is Blind season 9. I'm kind of excited to talk to y'all about it and get your opinions.
Likewise.
Yeah, let's just overall, what do you think of this season?
untraditional
Untraditional.
is the word I'd use.
Yeah, a lot of firsts, which is interesting. I think that's always exciting when there's firsts that happen. I think as a view, it's so interesting watching it as a viewer and then also someone who has been a part of the experience, because I catch myself, being so upset at what I'm seeing and getting really invested, and then being like, hold on.
Yep.
I don't know these people.
Yep.
I don't know what was edited out. I have to remind myself of all the things I was feeling watching us back. That being said, I think it's kind of a bummer watching this season because I don't like the couples don't even seem like they necessarily like each other. And so I'm like watching it just like give me a spark, like give me
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a lot of that this season. And so that part I think was kind of like sad or a bummer of like, man, I wish that there was more of like that like chemistry that you could see and feel between the couples.
I didn't think our season could get a little
Be topped.
There's more controversy in this
Yeah.
season, and
Yeah.
we thought ours was just kind of crazy and chaotic, but this one it's taking the cake for sure.
Yeah.
Sadly, none of the couples made it. Are you guys surprised by that? And was there anyone that you thought would get married?
I'm truly not surprised. Just again, I didn't see that romantic spark between a lot of them. And so I wasn't surprised. I think out of everyone, I was rooting as a couple for Megan and Jordan. And then as individuals, I really liked KB and Edmund a lot. But yeah, I don't know. It's a LIB first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can kind of feel what you're saying because I think when everybody left the pods and went to Mexico, I was like, everyone just feels like a mixed match. Like no one felt like they were
yes.
with who they should have been with. It just didn't feel.
Yes.
I feel you on the chemistry part. Like I felt like that was lacking a lot. Like they were
Yeah.
trying. You could see they were trying, but the chemistry was very, very low.
Right. That's exactly how I felt. But I actually watched your interview with KB, and something she mentioned that I was like, okay, so that makes sense. That checks out. Is that she said a lot of them went for people they wouldn't normally to try and
Yeah.
break a pattern or a habit.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said about you trying for that self-growth, but then also it doesn't always work out. And so
Yeah.
I think that's what you saw is people trying to be like, okay, this is different. I'm going to try this route. And then sometimes it really just, you got to go for what you know works.
Right. There should be like a meter for how far out of your comfort zone you
Yes.
go because
Yeah,
I know they say your type doesn't get you much places, but you can't stray too far.
exactly that. Yeah, that's how I felt too watching it.
Okay, so I want to get you guys' hot take on each couple. So we'll start with Madison and Joe.
My take is they were the most entertaining, I believe. It's just trying to see them figure it out and work together that's great TV. They just trying to make something fit that just couldn't, and
Yeah.
I think they're solid people. It was an interesting thing to watch.
I think they're very different people. I mean, I just don't feel compatible. They seem so different from each other. So yeah, it was hard sometimes because Joe, I'll be honest, I don't know this guy. He rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, justice for Madison. Like I
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
her, find someone who is more on her caliber and on her level. So
Okay.
that was kind of a disappointment, but
I feel that. Okay, Annie and Nick.
yeah. This one, again, like I just thought no compatibility at all. And so I think for me watching Annie, I think that she's someone who wants to love, is what I got from her. She wants to love. She may have more of like an anxious attachment style. And I just think it didn't work. But I think Nick might be misunderstood a little bit too, because I think that he was doing his best to like de-escalate certain conversations and people are like, he's manipulative, he's dead in the eyes, and maybe he is. I don't know the guy, but I just try to look at them and see the best of just like, they're different people. I don't think that one was ever going to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as time went on, it was pretty clear that they probably shouldn't get married. So
Yes.
I commend Nick for seeing it and
Yeah.
acting on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, AD, why aren't you weighing in? Like,
Because
Yeah.
why are we getting
I
your
don't
take?
want to like put too much spice on it. I want to hear because my opinions have been made for a very long time. I want to hear what you guys think.
Okay, that's fair.
Gotcha.
No, and honestly, like if I had to say a couple was compatible, I would say Nick and Annie were compatible because I just
Okay.
felt like both of them were.
They're quirky.
They were like spiraling in their own ways. And I think that
Yeah.
together, if they had a little bit more time and a little less alcohol, I think a lot could have been maybe
Yeah.
figured out because they had some things in common.
Yep.
Let's move on to Allie and Anton.
Okay, Allie and Anton. I just think on very different levels in life and in maturity and lifestyles, honestly. And I think what we didn't see that they alluded to a lot was like they had the same kind of upbringing and overall values with family. And I think that can get you a long way because that can be hard to find. But I think, yeah, just watching them in the lifestyle mismatch, it felt like once they had that conversation where she was like, where's the tequila bottle?
Yeah.
Where's the 12 pack?
Yeah.
To me, right then and there, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
This one's done.
Yeah.
It did seem like they were on different wavelengths, though.
Yeah.
And it was funny to see the things. I mean, it seemed like a pinnacle issue,
Yeah.
the tequila bottle and stuff. I just thought it was funny how what's one thing that everyone does? Oh, they pick up glasses and drink. Let's cut to Anton drinking all the shots
I
we get just to
know.
prove that it's like there's so much that the audience doesn't see behind
Yeah.
the scenes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is kind of misleading. But yeah, I feel like they
Yeah.
were definitely on different wavelengths
Yeah.
too.
That is just the theme of the season, just mismatched. Okay, what
Yeah.
about KB and Edmund?
They were my favorite couple as far as individually. I really enjoyed both of them, like watching them, their personalities. I think they both had like very strong, unique, awesome personalities. But then again, it was just, I don't think those personalities would have meshed well at all. I think very different levels, emotional maturity again. I think KB is so far and above in that realm. And I just think, with Edmund, I feel like you can't like, I don't want to say raise someone, but like as a girlfriend or a
Yeah.
potential wife, you don't want to feel like you are teaching someone emotional
Yeah.
maturity.
Yeah,
Like they should be
especially when that's
fully
like her
baked.
job already. Like she's already in that realm. You don't
Yes.
want to bring that home every day and have to now babysit your man.
No,
No, you don't
no,
want to do that.
exactly. I mean, she has an exhausting job already, so
Yeah.
you don't want you don't want to go home and like, clock in on those hours too. So, yeah, it was a bummer because I really liked both of them, but it just, yeah, I cannot see them actually working out.
Yeah.
I honestly was rooting for them too. They were one of the only couples that had the most adult conversations the entire season, I feel like. Or at least they were very, very emotionally intelligent, and you could clearly see that. And they were both being very sincere. But yeah, kind of what Meg touched on. I feel like their backgrounds were just a little too different and you know, just needed to live and grow a little bit more to actually work out in the future.
But
Yeah.
I will say, I think they were the most authentic. I think other people, you're kind of like, we want to see more, or we want, like we want the real you. And I feel like we did see that with them, which I really appreciated. Like they were not afraid to air it all out for the camera and just put everything out there. And I think like as a viewer, I was inspired. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't even know if I would have been able to be that open. And so
Yeah.
I think that was like cool to see.
Yeah, they didn't hold back. Edmund didn't hold back at
Yeah.
all. Not even a little bit.
No.
Not
No.
even. He didn't
Not
couldn't
even an
fake it if he
ounce.
wanted
No.
to. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Sparkle, Megan, and Jordan.
I think they were the ones where you saw the most like chemistry, just the way they look at each other, right? It's like Sparkle Megan has this little cute look she gives, and you can tell that they have good banter, they're laughing. And so you see that element. And I think really ultimately, as we see in the show, it came down to Megan's lifestyle of, not wanting to give that up. And I think that is a big change to ask for someone in 4 weeks. So I understand both of their perspectives 100%, but I really liked Jordan a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was so cool to see a single dad on the show. We've never seen that before. And I thought that was like a really new perspective and a fresh perspective that I really liked seeing.
I think they had chemistry too. I mean, they were probably the one couple that I thought if they had a shot that
Yeah.
it'd be them.
Yeah.
They were very
And
forward thinking.
for
Right.
sure. I thought for sure, okay, we got one wedding left. We'll see how this goes. And wow, what a
Yeah.
curveball. It's just like, oh, they're at their apartment? What the hell's going on? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
another apartment breakup. It's like, okay, heartbreak sucks. I think everyone this season, the one thing everyone can relate to, including the viewer, is heartbreak. 'cause
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Would you guys say that was one of the craziest things that kind of stood out this season? That it was just heartbreak after breakup after heartbreak after breakup?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think so. Because I mean, too, it's like you always want to end every movie, every book, everything has a happy ending, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, they said yes. And
least
you're cheering them
one,
on and you're
yeah.
so excited for them. And this one, you're kind of like, where is it?
Yeah,
You're like, we
yeah.
gotta find some silver lining. We gotta find the happy ending. And then when it doesn't happen, you're kind of just like, oh, like you're left wanting more,
I'm happy that everyone kind of chose themselves rather than forcing a marriage, because I think, as we all know, it's harder to jump out of a marriage than it is to just kind of call it quits right then and there. So as much as us viewers wanted a love story or some love story, I'm happy that people ultimately chose themselves.
Absolutely.
sure.
No, I could not agree more. And I think it's hard when you do have that pressure and you're on that show. Like no matter how much you're like, I don't feel the pressure, you do a little bit. And so I agree. Like I do give everyone kudos. And also I do think like breaking up before the altar, you're probably trying to do that to like save the feelings of your family and
Yeah.
friends and the person.
Yeah.
And so it's not fun to your point as a viewer, but I think they have good intentions in doing that. So yeah.
Okay, let's switch up the tune a little bit and play a little game. So it's going to be most likely to. So I'm going to read most likely to statements, and then you guys have to point or say who is more likely to do it. So between you two.
Okay.
Oh man.
We
We
ready?
actually play this like on our own.
I
Just like
know.
in our living room, we have a game and we'll
That's
just like
so
read
cute.
through them.
I wonder if any of these questions will pop up. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to plan the perfect date night? Oh, is that
I
so?
plan, he executes. I'm like, baby,
Okay.
doesn't this restaurant look fun? And then like he'll call and make the reservation and like bring it to life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to apologize after a fight first?
That was quick. I don't know why I say sorry. It's like a part of my vocabulary,
Yeah.
and Meg
It's
hates
the
when I
Midwest.
apologize about things that just don't need an apology. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm sorry. And then I get mad. And then he's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like,
It's a
come
snowball.
on, you don't have to apologize. It's okay.
Okay. Who is most likely to accidentally burn dinner?
To burn dinner.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
We've gone.
You act like I'm such a bad
He's not a
cook.
good cook. We've gotten into this before.
You are
He's gonna burn it.
a great cook.
You burn your pancakes all the time. Remember
No,
how to
I
teach?
didn't. It's
Burning
not
pancakes?
burnt.
Burns
It's
his pancakes. I had to teach
it's
him.
preferred.
Like, okay, medium low heat, like give it some time, get that golden brown. He's just like cranks the heat,
Oh my God.
burn. It's you, baby.
I'm
you.
getting accustomed to cooking for a significant other, so I'm starting to learn how to cook that way
Okay.
too.
Medium heat. She's right with the medium heat.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it. I'll write it down.
Most likely to get recognized in public.
Yeah, I'd say me.
Mason gets recognized so much, but the flip side of that is that everybody thinks he's Ben. And so people will, what will they say? They'll be like, oh, the baseball guy. Or like they'll say identifiers that would actually be Ben. And so,
I've had that a few times.
yeah.
But it's really crazy when we're both together because people really, really put it together. It's fun when you're in public areas and some people just kind of like change and they're like really quiet all of a sudden. And it's like, oh no, what's happening?
Yeah.
So together, it's definitely a dead giveaway.
Okay. Most likely to talk through an entire movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Mhm.
No surprise there.
Yeah, that's every week.
Yeah. I'll hit the pause button just to like get my 2 cents.
Right.
in.
Much more respectful. I appreciate that.
I'm asleep half the time before the movie even gets in the thick of it. I'm knocked out, so I have nothing to contribute. Most likely to make friends with strangers while on vacation.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Most likely to lose their keys or phone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay, and last, most likely to go back on reality TV. Oh.
Sure. This is not a good. I mean, if you had to pick
Oh.
one, sure, maybe. It's yeah,
What kind of
sure.
show would it be?
Definitely not a dating show. That's for sure.
No.
I
feel
would hope
like
not.
if you're trying to find love, it's kind of hard nowadays. Maybe like a competition or some kind of race or something like
Yeah.
that. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Especially with Meg, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Like, what is it? What is that challenge show where you go around the world? What's it called?
Amazing Race.
Amazing
Race, yeah.
Race.
I've never seen that, but yeah,
Oh.
Meg
Fun.
is directionally challenged.
we would not do well on that
So
show.
that
We
would
would
be
not do well on that show.
a very difficult show.
Okay,
to
maybe not
navigate.
that one. Okay, well, you guys, just my final question. What would you say is your ultimate biggest takeaway from your experience on Love is Blind?
I think know yourself, be yourself, and focus on what's within your control, and then like try to forget about the rest. And have grace for others.
Yeah.
Have grace for others and empathy, and knowing that we're only seeing a very, very, very small sliver of actual reality.
That's great, babe.
Top that.
Top that. Mine would be just to truly be yourself. I feel like if you get on the show or something, it's you're there because you're you. I mean, if you're there trying to find a different reason to be there, it's
Yeah.
comes across. So
Yeah.
I think just being authentic in yourself is something that you'll look back on and never regret.
Yeah.
So that'd be my advice.
Yeah.
That's so good, so good. Well, I just want to thank you guys for joining me here on What's the Reality. It's been lovely having you guys and being able to catch up with you guys. Do you guys have any plans on coming to LA anytime soon?
We'll see. I lived in California for 10 years.
Okay.
So I have a lot of good friends out there. So, one day we'll get out there. Mason will meet all the friends. I'll show him, all my old stomping grounds. So it'll
Fun.
happen eventually.
For sure. Yeah, we got some
Okay.
stuff that could happen here in the
Yeah.
future. So we'll get out there soon.
Okay, well, if you guys get any updates in between time, in the meantime, this couch is open for you. If you want to pop by
Aw.
and spill some tea, I'm always open for that.
Yes, love that ID. Thank you so much. And if you're ever in the cities, let us know.
Oh my gosh, will do, will do. So
Yes.
thank you guys again. And I'll
Thank you.
talk to you guys later.
Appreciate you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of What's the Reality. Be sure to follow us on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod, and I will see you next Wednesday.
What's the reality? What's the reality?